What's going on, Splatterheads? It's your boy Jay, and you know what time it is. You're listening to them Splatter Talk boys. Hit that intro.
Would you lead me to my doom? Yeah.
Hold up. We them boys.
Hold up. We them boys. Now you're listening to them Splatter Talk boys. I'm your host Jay, and on today's episode, I have a brother who is fresh to the YouTube scene when it comes to horror. He has a pretty dope show discussing horror films, old and new. He also takes time to review different restaurants and diners, letting you know where to get the greatest burgers. Splatterheads, I bring to you the creator of the horror realm on YouTube and TikTok. Please welcome Travis Bruce to the show.
What's up?
Yo. What's going on with you, man? How you been?
Good man.
Good. That's great to hear, man. I gotta tell the Splatterheads how we met. And how we met was at Monster Mania 54 down in Hunt Valley, Maryland.
Sure did.
Yes, sir. I went outside to smoke a cigarette, guys, and when I was smoking a cigarette, I wasn't aware of my surroundings, and I saw this gentleman actually making one of his YouTube videos, and I was photobombing the shit out of it. I apologize.
It's all good.
So I looked, I was like, oh shit, let me get out the way, snuck out of the way and everything, and wait till he got done, and went up and introduced myself. Yo, it was great to meet you. I just gotta let you know that.
It was a pleasure too, man. It was a pleasure too.
Man, and I mean, I don't know if I was at the birth of your YouTube channel or in the infancy.
You were like right in the beginning. I believe I was about 25 videos in.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm roughly almost at 70 right now.
70. Okay, see? All right. He's at 70, so Splatterheads, you know you love horror because you're here. So we need you to go ahead and venture over to the horror realm on YouTube. Mr. Travis Bruce, go ahead, subscribe to him, put a like on that video, and let him know Splatter Talk sent you. But right now, I got a few questions. I'm going to pick Mr. Travis Bruce's noggin real quick.
Okay.
All right, he's ready for it.
Let's do it.
All right. Being new to the YouTube scene, what made you decide to start your own YouTube channel?
So originally I go to tons of horror conventions. I'm a big horror fan, collect horror collectibles, autographs. And I started thinking, maybe I should start a business doing horror consignments. So if people don't know what that is, people pay me to get stuff autographed for them.
Yeah.
So that was my original plan. And I just thought a YouTube channel would be a great way to also tie into that business. And it's been something I've been kicking over for the last couple years. And then finally, a couple months ago, actually, I'm only a month and a half in, almost 2 months in. And I was like, fuck it, let me do it. I went and got the LLC, got the website, got the YouTube, just went balls in, man.
Wow.
Yep.
I had no clue about that. Yo, can you let us know the website real quick?
Sure. It's going to be www.horror-realm.com.
Oh, man. See, I didn't even know that. I didn't know you had the consignment business and the LLC. That's dope, man.
Yep. See, but I haven't been working into consignment. I've been mostly focused on YouTube right now. I'm going to start rolling that in. I'm going to start doing my first consignments in June. So that's something I'm going to be rolling out. So definitely you're going to see some stuff up on the website and in the Facebook groups as well.
Like, bro, that is such a great idea because, there's Splatterheads that, like, we say that, we're going to have 1,000 subscriber giveaway, and the giveaway is going to be 2 tickets to a Monster Mania. And some people are like, oh, that'd be so cool, but I can't, there's no way I can make it. So having that consignment and being able to send stuff to you to get, for you to sign.
Correct.
That's dope as hell.
Yes. And there's a lot of people who are doing them, but like I'm actually legit. I actually have the LLC. I'm insured. So if anything happens to yourself, I'm responsible. Yeah.
Okay. Damn, that is dope. Damn. Why didn't I ever think of using that? Because I mean, if everybody didn't know, I'm from the South. I'm from Asheville, North Carolina, and growing up as a kid, I never thought that I would be able to get out of that bubble and go travel to these places to meet these people. And you know, you got some people that can't do it, like, you know, in that type of situation. So having a person that they can send their stuff to, I just think that's a dope situation.
Okay, Asheville. I'm actually from New Bern. So
Now, where in New Bern? Where's New Bern?
It's on the east. It's on the coast.
Oh, it's on the coast. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm on the west side. I love going to the Outer Banks, but I like going to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. What were you thinking when you came up with the concept of Tubi Tuesday?
So I'm a huge Tubi fan. I've been a Tubi fan for years before, you know, it became a big thing.
Right.
And I would watch 420 time, you know, and watch tons on some of the worst bad movies you ever seen. Not just horror flicks. Tubi has some of the worst black flicks.
Oh.
Have you watched any of those?
No.
Have you watched any of those?
No.
Oh my goodness! I just watched one. It was called Tiffany Doll, and I'm gonna actually do that Tubi Tuesday review of that because it's a black cinema, but it's also a horror flick. It's these ratchet looking ghetto ass black women dolls. I mean, just and they're selling for $10,000, and I'm looking like, who the hell? And they're not even attractive. Like, who the hell spending $10,000 for these attractive, non-attractive dolls? But the dolls are killing the shit. Tubi is amazing. I'm telling you, Tubi is absolutely amazing. Tubi rarely lets me down.
See, that's what I'm saying. I mean, there's some of those movies where I'm like, damn it, I can't get my time back. You know, this movie sucked. And Tubi has a lot more of those than not. So I'm like, should I even visit this site? But that's also like was it Shudder?
Shudder. Yep.
I was like, I don't think Shudder's worth the subscription.
I was gonna do like I don't know if you've never seen it, but I was started with like trying to do bad Netflix horror movies and Amazon. Those movies are worse than Tubi movies. One, what the fuck was that one called? It was about a vampire on a plane. It was terrorists on a plane. I can't think of it, but the movie is so damn bad. It's the worst movie I've ever seen.
Oh god.
Netflix has some stinkers, and it has some stinkers when it comes to horror. So I prefer going into Tubi knowing that the movie's bad and my expectations are low.
Yeah.
So even when I review my Tubi movies, I review them on a Tubi scale.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just going it knowing like, all right, you know, Tubi ain't coming out with Oscar-worthy performances.
This is going to be bad, but how bad is it going to be?
Yeah, we ended up watching a commentary on a movie called Dead Heist, and that was from Tubi. The movie was weird. They were going, I think it was like to rob a bank, and then all of a sudden at night, vampires come out whenever the sun goes down.
When was the movie made in there?
Oh shit!
In the 90s?
It had to be. Let me fact check that.
Shit. But it's a good one on Tubi. I'm looking it up right now. It had what is his name? The Michael Jai White.
Yep.
This is a good one. It was. Hold on, let me see if I can look it up. I actually did a review of this one. It was called Dead Zone. Dead Zone. It's a zombie movie. It's horrible, but it's great. That's Michael J. White. He's doing kicks and shit. He's, you know, it's a great.
Yeah.
Nice is good too.
The Dead Heist was actually Big Daddy Kane. It was Big Daddy Kane and E40.
Okay.
Yeah.
And E40.
Yeah, and E40 and Bone Crusher. There was a little lineup in it. Oh shoot. All right, on your YouTube channel, The Horror Realm, you ask your audience what was their first movie rental. Can you remember your first video store you ever rented from?
Yes, it was a Hollywood Video. and I turned 18, and so I was a senior in high school, and I left high school I went to high school half a day, and I went to college the other half a day. Yeah. It was a program they had, and so I left at noon. I was like, oh my goodness, it's my birthday. I'm going to go get my video store. And the first thing I went back to that fucking curtain in the back. So the first movie I rented, it was called Asian Sensation, I believe it was called. That was my first rental. Now, see, the young kids don't know about that type of stuff. Like, you had to be a real pervert to rent porn back in the day. Like, you can't just get it from your phone. You had to walk behind the curtain. you don't know who was standing out there when you came back out. And then you had to look that cashier right in the fucking eyes, because back then there was no debit cards or credit cards. So you had to hand her cash, wait for your change. And you got this big, I don't even remember now. Do you remember how big the porno boxes were?
Oh yeah, them
enormous, and they were so graphic. And so you're sitting there holding that. Like, so if you wanted porn back in the day, you had to have balls. Like, you had to buy balls. You couldn't. Nowadays, you can go on the phone and watch it for free.
Yeah, boy, them things were like thicker than a Stephen King novel.
Hey, you just look like a pervert carrying one of them.
Oh my goodness, yeah. But everybody was curious at the age of 18, like, what is behind that curtain?
I used to go back there I used to go to video store with my parents, and I would always be like, what is behind that fucking curtain? and once in a while I would see this some guy coming from the curtain, and he would go, when you have no one eye contact and head down.
Shit. Okay, from Betamax to VHS to Laserdisc to DVD and Blu-ray to digital downloads. What is your take on where movies have gone since you started watching films, and what's your favorite way to consume film?
So I'm going to start with my favorite way to consume. I am a movie theater buff. I love going to the theater. I go once, if not twice a week. I have the AMC, whatever that damn thing is, where I can see unlimited movies. I am a movie theater buff. I've watched movies in the movie theater, and I'm like, wow, this is the most amazing thing ever. And then try watching at home, and it's not as good.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just the experience. I love the surround sound. I love getting dark. I love getting the popcorn, the drink. I am the movie theater, the big screen, the people laughing and talking, and even the annoying ones who are answering the phones. I love the movie theater experience.
Yeah.
Can I even tell you the last time I actually sat down and actually watched a movie on TV? I can't tell you. Like, I watch a Tubi movies, and I watch Tubi's, and I watch YouTube. That's the only two things I watch in them. And I have all the streaming services, HBO and all that. I don't watch nothing on them. I don't even know why I have them. I like to, when I see a horror movie coming out, I like to go. I don't like to look at the reviews. I don't like to look at what the story's about. Like, Barbarian. I don't know if you saw that last year.
I didn't. I did not.
Well, do not read the description. Just go into that movie fucking blind. Barbarian was... What was Barbarian last year? It was my number 2 ranked horror movie of 2020.
Okay. Let me write that down. Barbarian.
Last year was a good year for horror flicks. It really was.
All right, yeah, you putting me on to some movies.
Yes. But to answer the other question, VHS was the way. I mean...
Okay.
It's just I don't know. I was born in the 80s, so that's the first way I've ever watched. I didn't get into we didn't have Betamax. We went straight to the VCR. And
my bad.
No, it's just the grainy the grainy look of the VHS. It just...
Right, man. I remember the VHS and like you said, I love the movies. I love going to the movies. I love getting, while you see other people bringing stuff into the movie theater.
Yeah.
I love to buy from the concession stand because I know that is the way that the movie theater stays open.
But that's also is part of the experience.
Right.
It's part of the experience.
Also the experience of going with family or friends to the movie store. Everybody going to go pick their individual movie. I remember we used to go to Pick-a-Flick Video and They used to have this thing, 5 movies, 5 days, $5. And that was just the greatest thing. I mean, when I would go spend the night, with my boys, because, we're probably the same age. And I'd go spend the night with my boys, and his mom and stepdad would go, and we go to Blockbuster Video or something, and we all pick out movies, go back home, watch them and discuss them. It was just the whole thing. I mean, like, sometimes you go to dinner before, It just brings me back. We actually found this website. I'm gonna have to ask Sin about it, but this website gave you digital copies of like VHS style movies. So you kind of got the tracking at the beginning, then you see it kind of dissipate, and then the movie would start. So it kind of gives you that feeling.
And I also miss what the VHS was, the previews.
Yes.
I love the previews. DVDs, you skip right to play, boom, boom, boom. But the VHS gave you that movie theater experience where you're getting the previews, get to see things that's coming out soon, things that you've never even fucking heard of. It was just an experience.
Yeah, definitely. Like, just like you said, things you never heard of. There were things that I'd see on the preview, like, oh shoot, I didn't even know that was out.
All of those Doll Man, Full Moon movies, Doll Man, Demonic Toys, all that shit. It was I rented something, Child's Play, and they would not only show the theatrical big budget movies, but they also show the crappy B movies.
Yeah. And
there was tons. We grew up in an age where there was tons of crappy B movies that were actually good though.
That were actually good. I mean, I was mesmerized as a kid by Puppet Master from Full Moon. And Sin was a huge Puppet Master fan.
I actually did a video on my YouTube channel. It was my top 5 favorite Full Moon movies. So
yeah, Sin was like, he was like, yeah, I'm checking his video out. I'm watching the Full Moon video. I was like, okay. And everybody at Splatter Talk subscribe to you individually as well. We definitely follow what you do. We love what you do.
I appreciate the support.
I understand your favorite horror franchise is A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes.
All right. Without naming the original, what's your favorite?
That's easy. Dream Warrior. Dream no more. Dream Warriors. 100%.
Dream Warriors.
100%.
Now, were you able to meet the cast back in Oaks?
So I was at Oaks, but I didn't meet the cast. I saw them there, but I didn't get to meet the cast, and I was kind of bummed by that because I had something coming in the mail that I wanted to get autographed by all the characters, and it didn't come in time. So, yeah.
I kind of categorized that. Other than the last Monster Mania 54, I categorize Oaks as being probably the best experience that I'd ever had. I don't know. It's just like, don't get it twisted, and we'll get into this a little bit later, but I haven't ever had a bad experience. Well, I can't say that. Damn, Ric Flair sucked. But
Really? I love Ric Flair.
Bro, oh my God.
I love Ric Flair. He was hilarious.
But I mean, I guess, see, I had a bad experience because I had this kid with me, and this kid only had $30 to his name. Yeah. And I was like, can you at least take a picture with this kid? He will give you the last money he has in his wallet. Nope.
Ric Flair ain't gonna do that shit. Ric Flair is broke, so he really is. He's broke. He really is. He's been like married and divorced like 6 times.
Oof.
I mean, that right there will fucking wipe you out.
Oh yeah. Especially if each one of them got half, it's a wrap.
Yeah. Game over. All right, so I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned Monster Mania. You mentioned Oaks. Rank from best to worst, or top 3. Hutt Valley, Oaks, and Cherry Hill.
I haven't been to Cherry Hill since 2016, but what I can remember, I will go. Yeah, because that's hard, because Oaks sucks because it doesn't have the hotel resort with it.
Correct.
That way you can reserve.
Yeah, it's in the middle of absolute nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah, and Cherry Hill, everybody that's staying at the hotel that's not a part of the con really doesn't have to mingle with the con. They're above everything.
Correct.
From worst to best, I'll say Hunt Valley, Cherry Hill, Oaks.
So Hunt Valley is your worst? Is the worst?
Yeah.
Okay, so I agree with Hunt Valley is the worst. Hunt Valley, I'm going to tell you why. Hunt Valley usually have the same revolving guests. Like you're not seeing Kiefer Sutherland at Hunt Valley. You know what I mean? Like it's usually Robert Englund and Bruce Campbell. Those are the headliners every single time. Also too, the actual venue where it's at, it's cramped.
It is.
It is so cramped. Walking down those vendor aisles, everything is so secluded and cramped. That's when I'm talking about, when it comes with people who have wagons and strollers. It's a hazard,
It is.
I have so much shit about the stroller thing. You know how much shit I got from talking about people should not be bringing their damn kids at a certain age, especially babies. Who the hell brings a baby to a fucking horror convention?
I can't say nothing. I was 6 years old when I was introduced to Nightmare on Elm Street.
No, but that's different. But a baby in a stroller, who the hell pushes a baby in a stroller at a horror convention? Especially on the busy days.
Yo, the busy days. It's damn near impossible to get anything through there.
No, I mean, people are drunk and high at majority of these things. Like they're falling over.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I'm not even talking about just the aspect of the horror. It's just cramped. They're just it's just too many people.
Yeah. And I cosplayed during that, and with all those people, body heat and everything, I was like, oh my God, I only stayed in my suit for like an hour at a time.
Yeah.
Because I was on a clock in my mind, like, okay, when am I gonna be in this thing sweating like this and I'm going to stink? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
BO or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I limited the shit to an hour, went to the room, showered and everything, got out of it, showered, and came back down to the con. So I didn't do that.
But Hunt Valley, I agree, is the worst just because of those two things. It's cramped space and it's the same revolving guests. I'm going to put Oaks, so I'm going to switch yours. I'm going to do Oaks number 2, and I'm going to do Cherry Hill number 1. Cherry Hill because of the whole hotel aspect of it, as well as they usually have the best guests out of the 3. Mm-hmm. And it's spaced out. There's multiple buildings that have, like, the vendors are in one building and you go to another building and certain people are being autographed in another building. Some people, it's more open.
See, I cannot remember. See, it was back in 2016 when we went. So, like, Oaks last year and obviously Hunt Valley. Mm-hmm. But I think my 1 and 2 will change once I go back to Cherry Hill. But New Jersey.
And the one in Cherry Hill is a party spot on Friday nights and Saturday nights. Like, it's popping at that hotel.
Yeah, Darrell told me. Shout out Darrell. Yeah, he told me that Cherry Hill is usually jumping.
Yeah, and that's where you run into a lot of the horror hoes, and the ones that we're talking about. Yeah.
The horror hoes. I heard you that. I was like, oh shit, the horror hoes. I done seen a few of them. Oh shoot, gotta give y'all a shout out. We ain't mad at you.
Not at all. Not at all.
Oh, shoot. Have you met Robert Englund at one of these?
I have. I did. I didn't actually pay for autograph. It was a free autograph. I was staying at Hunt Valley, and I was at the bar, and he was right next to me, and I said, "Oh my God, Robert Englund!" And We talked. He bought me a shot. I even got a picture of him and I taking a shot together. So I got a free picture with a free selfie. Now I don't have his autograph, but I can't put myself through standing in line to get his autograph. His lines are wrapped around the damn building, and keep saying I'm going to do it. Then I see that line, and I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Like it's definitely, you got to what, Friday they start at 5 general. Yep. You got the hour advance ticket.
Mm-hmm.
You probably got to get there about
noon.
Yeah, if you don't have a room, you got to get there by noon.
Yeah.
And shoot, what was it? It was Oaks, Pennsylvania. We didn't get the VIP or anything, so we was just like hoping that if we stand in line long enough, we'll be able to see him. And Friday came, everybody had VIP, and they're like, you got to go to the back of the line. Like, all right, fuck. And I had been chasing Robert Englund because he was the first con that I ever went to trying to get my replica glove signed.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I want to get him to sign this, and never got the opportunity to. Oaks, I was so close. And for some reason, man, like the cast of Dream Warriors, they were so kind. They were those type of people that Ric Flair wasn't.
Yeah.
And I remember going up to Jennifer Rubin, and I'm probably I don't even know if I should say this, but we're talking and everything, and she sees that I have the glove, and by this time I think this is the second time we've gone up to her booth to speak to her, and I showed her my glove and everything, and she's like, you gonna get Robert to sign it? I was like, I don't have VIP. I'm not gonna reach this man. I'm like, I've been chasing him since 2016. She was like, do we have a photo op together? I was like, yes, ma'am, tomorrow at 1. And she was like, be here tomorrow at 10:50. I was like, okay. She's like, and bring your glove. All right. So next day comes, I follow her instructions. I give her my glove, and 20 minutes later, it's signed.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, I gave her my glove, and I went to go get in line to the photo ops with the Dream Warriors. We hadn't even got our photo ops yet, and my wife was yelling to me, baby, baby, and holding up the glove. I turned to her, I saw her walking, I'm like, I'm not worthy, thank you.
Amazing.
Yeah. She was like, get up and give me a hug. Okay. So it really felt inviting, and it wasn't so cramped that it felt like you had your own personal space to converse, but it was super dope. But the Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors, that's your favorite one?
It's my favorite.
I don't think I have to ask what the least is. What's your least favorite nightmare?
Of course, it's Freddy's Dead.
I didn't have to ask. That's everybody's least. Well, actually, that's not my least. My least is the remake.
No, I like that piece of shit better than I did.
Woo!
Freddy's Dead.
I guess I can understand where you're coming from, because like the first time we see Freddy in Freddy's Dead, he's riding a broom.
He was like a fucking cartoon character in that fucking movie. Like, I hate it. I remember like that movie came out in the theaters when I was a kid, and I was big Freddy fan. I had the action figures, everything. Huge Freddy fan. And then Freddy's Dead came out, I was like, this is the last Freddy. I can't wait. I waited in the video store to get this movie, and I'm telling you, it was a disappointing piece of crap. Like, it was just a letdown.
It's nostalgic for me, I guess.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah. It's nostalgia.
But I don't want to. I'm probably one of the only Freddy fans that don't want them to remake another Nightmare on Elm Street. I really don't. Unless Robert Englund can be a part of it, I don't. Just leave it alone. Leave it alone. I don't think anybody can do it even close as.
See, I think, like, yeah, we have to take that position. Either just don't make it, or find somebody, that has the mannerism, but don't go in trying to, recreate the, Robert Englund.
No.
He has a complete swagger about him. He made Freddy what he is. Like, and the problem with the 2010 remake for me was the fact that they didn't try to expand. They didn't try to create something new. I mean, they had the micro-nap situation. That was dope. Yeah. But as far as everything else, you didn't do anything. In fact, you took from Wes Craven.
Yeah, and made a watered down, shitty version of it, to me. But I'm saying the same thing about Halloween. Unless you do something out off the wall and completely, if you're going to remake a Halloween, it has to be off the wall, brand new, something absolutely new. Because we've seen it 3 times redone.
Yep,
it's done.
And out of the Halloween movies, you got Carpenter's original and everything. You got the sequel, but out of that timeline, you have Rob Zombie's. Then you have Blumhouse.
Yes.
Xing out the first 2 because they're classics in their own right. From 3 on, which timeline would you go with?
I like the Blumhouse up until Halloween Ends.
Oh, what's your take on Halloween Ends?
I don't know. It seemed like they tried to make a movie that didn't even go with that trilogy. If you were going to go that direction, you should have went that direction with the first one. Starting off, you can't introduce a whole new character at the end. So they were trying to make a whole new story at the end. This is the end. Like, you can't do that.
Yeah, I think that's my thing about like movies like Jason Goes to Hell. In the last supposed movie, that you try to introduce more things, introduce more characters that we have not even.
No.
And I've told Rick this on the channel about Halloween Ends. Like, if they would have incorporated Corey Cunningham in, let's say, the first Halloween.
Yes.
And then, up to Halloween Ends, we know who Corey Cunningham is.
We don't know who this guy is until the first 5 seconds of the movie.
Okay, and an important question for me, as I like Halloween Ends because I think there's a deeper meaning to it. Okay, you remember that scene whenever Corey goes into the sewer, and he's confronted by Michael. Michael's in the crack and grabs him.
Yes.
What do you think happened during that whole exchange?
So I remember they both looked deeply into each other's eyes, and from there they realized that they were the same. They had an evil presence, and Corey had an evil presence in him that he hadn't realized hadn't came out, and Michael showed him the way.
He passed that with flying colors. See, a lot of people are like, oh, he transferred his power over to Corey and all this stuff.
Now, if that's true, though, if that's what now you also introducing some more bullshit in the end, where now when Michael Myers has fucking powers and shit, like, we didn't see that in part. We didn't see that in Halloween. We didn't see the Halloween Kills, and now you're going to introduce that shit to us at the end. So no, I'm gonna say no. I hope that wasn't the case.
See, that's exactly what I thought. I was just like, when I seen the whole thing, I'm like, Michael's looking at this guy and realizing that, damn, he's just like me. Mm-hmm. He's broke. Mm-hmm. It's going to take one more thing for him to snap. Let him go. Let him do him. And I think they had a jewel, because one thing I think a lot of people as horror fans they put the name and the character Michael Myers on the pedestal as if he can't be replaced. Freddy is hard. That's a different thing, because he has personality. He talks.
Yep.
He's not behind a mask. But Michael Myers, I believe that's why they called him the Shape, because the shape is fluid. The shape can be anything.
But not only that, there's been 9 Michael Myers actors over the years. 9 different individuals had portrayed Michael Myers. So you could put anyone with the mask on and they can be Michael Myers.
Right. And so I thought that Halloween Ends was going to end in that type of situation to where it's, you know, to where the ending is open-ended, to where it kind of, okay, you know, in the movie where Michael goes and he takes the mask from Corey and he finally kills Corey. I was hoping that they would have, you know, struggled to get the mask from Corey. He disables Corey for the moment. He leaves and then comes back and Corey's gone, like the 78 movie.
Yep.
Michael can die, whatever. They can continue the whole Laurie Strode, Michael Myers thing, kill him off in that movie, and still have Corey to fall back on if they wanted to continue.
But instead, what they did was they took both characters and had them killed off by a fucking 75-year-old white lady. Easily. She fucked Michael Myers and Corey up easily.
Yes, she did.
Easily.
But Corey, shoot, he kind of took himself out. You know, like, okay, I'm just gonna make you look like you did it, bam, and just stuck himself in the neck, which was stupid. But it was like, and I think it's the same thing with the new Scream movie. I feel that Scream from Act 1 all the way up to Act 3 is okay, it's great. Act 3, when you start to figure out, and then you do figure out who the killers are, it's a complete letdown, and it's like, it got me thinking there has to be something that they had in mind, and then it didn't go according to what they wanted.
Oh no, 100%. I even said the same thing. Scream 6 was probably the most perfect Scream movie since the original. That's my take. And I agree. Those first beginning, middle, and that like third quarter was almost perfect. Then you get in the fourth quarter and it's like, what happened? Like it got rushed, it was confusing, it didn't make any sense.
Right.
And I agree with you. So something
it just like seems something was amiss because
or something.
Yeah, because I feel like the way the promotion was going and everything, it's a cult. A cult was being built by a number of Ghostface and somebody prominent, somebody from a legacy character was supposed to be the head of that cult.
Yeah.
And they were using the original, they said Billy Loomis outfit, but what they don't realize is that it's Billy Loomis and Stu Macher's outfits.
Correct.
So I feel that because Nev Campbell didn't sign on,
Correct.
They couldn't go with that ending. So they had to hurry up and make something. Because that cop made absolutely, I mean, it was telegraphed. It became the typical with that plot twist.
All right, so I have a question. This is off topic, but on topic. If you had to go toe-to-toe with any horror movie character, who do you think you can 100% confidently say, I can kick this person's ass?
Chucky. Light this thing.
No, man. Chucky, he uses that stealth, man.
He does have stealth. You see the little feet going by.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll pick a legitimate one. Toe-to-toe. Oh, I'll fuck some Night of the Living Dead zombies up. But, shit. I don't want Freddy, because I gotta sleep.
See, but at the same time, Freddy ain't shit if you bring him into the dream world. I mean, into the real world. If you bring him into the real world, I mean, Nancy was whooping his ass. So.
I feel Freddy is, like, there's a whole philosophy around that. Like, yes, Nancy can take him out of the dream and everything, but it's up to her to forget. It's up to her to not fear. And
True.
Let's say she doesn't, but brings it up to somebody else, or somebody else catches the, oh my God, Freddy Krueger, then it starts all over again.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I gotta bring him out of the dream again.
Yeah.
I wonder if the Nightmare on Elm Street movies could get like the Blumhouse treatment. Skip 2 on. Bring Nancy back.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there is some...
But it would have to be Robert Englund, though. Unlike Michael Myers, unlike Jason, even Jason, there's been... Let me see. I know Kane Hodder has done 3 of the movies, but I think there's been about 6 or 7 Jasons.
Yeah, Kane did 7 through 10.
And you got Derek Mayer who did the remake. Then you got Ed Washington. You got Ari, what's his name, Lehman, who did the first one.
Oh, In the Lake, yep.
Yeah, you got Warrington Gillette did part 2. You got Booker, C.J. Graham. So it's like 7. All right, I got tons of useless horror knowledge in my brain.
Yeah, that makes a great YouTube channel. But I was thinking, like, with the Nightmare on Elm Street, Robert Englund really doesn't have to do anything. I mean, if you want to put a little bit of money behind it and a motion capture suit, Robert Englund is a great voice actor.
You do have a point right there.
And I mean, I don't know if you watch Marvel movies, but have you seen the Multiverse of Madness?
Yes.
Doctor Strange, yep.
Sure, yeah.
When Scarlet Witch came out of that gong and she was contorting herself and everything.
Yes.
Imagine Freddy Krueger doing that in the dreamscape. That would just be that's a nightmarish image.
It is.
And I think that's one thing that, over the years, the Nightmare on Elm Street series really started to lose. Especially on the remake. The remake was just like, okay, I go to sleep, I'm in the boiler room. I think the only time that they played the nightmares to their advantage was during that drugstore scene. When the aisles turned into the boiler room, then started flashing.
Yes.
I think that was the only time. But that's how I think Robert Englund could really get back into, being Freddy again. Is if somebody can, nail his stuff. If they need somebody physical, they had stunt doubles for him on the set anyway.
Yeah.
So, but I asked him, well, it was 2016. I asked him at a Q&A, I'm like, if they were to give you a role in a Nightmare on Elm Street remake, but it wasn't Freddy Krueger, would you turn it down? And he was like, no. They were, him and Toby Hooper had a treatment going on where he wasn't Freddy, but he was like an abusive stepfather. Like, yeah, that's something I can get behind. But I know you just said that you just want Freddy to rest in peace.
Yeah. I think. I don't think with all the legal issues that's going on with the actual copyright to that movie, if it's ever going to be made, but I think that unless you can't reboot that movie with someone else. You can't. So I agree with what you said. If they were going to do something, do the Blumhouse Halloween treatment and go from the first one, 40 years later.
Yeah. Because I think there's a story to be told, because we don't know what happened with Nancy between the movies, 1 and 3.
Correct.
2 had Jesse in it, and it just left us like, what's going on? Dream Warriors tells us that, she is an intern, going to be a child psychologist. But that gap, I'm missing a story here.
Yeah.
So pick it up after part 1 and let's go.
And Nancy is definitely in my top 5 of final girls. So great final girl. I think she didn't get her fair shake. I think she needs her Laurie Strode. I agree. So yeah, let's do a 30 years, 40 years later after the first one. If not, to me, let's not do it at all.
Yeah. I try to think of somebody that could fill the role, if they decided to go, because at the end of the day, it's all about money. And then a lot of people have been clamoring for, like, Kevin Bacon. And I'm like, okay, you get Kevin Bacon now, and in 4 years we're in the same spot we are with Robert Englund. He's too old. Like, get somebody young that can take on this role for a decade or, decade and a half. Bill Skarsgård, who played Pennywise? Maybe.
He was a great villain in John Wick 4.
See, I gotta watch all the John Wick movies.
Okay. He was an amazing villain in John Wick 4. He definitely.
See, yeah. See, he has it. But other than that, there's a couple YouTubers that have done fan films that I think would be able to kind of fill that role. Paul Bailey, I don't know if you've ever seen, like, he's done these little videos just to model his makeup and everything because he does his own makeup effects. And he put it together. It was so good that people pirated his videos and made trailers of a new Nightmare on Elm Street and actually went viral off of it. So there was a time where he was putting up Facebook posts like, if you're gonna use my videos, please, give me credit.
Yeah, exactly.
But Paul Bailey, he was great, and Roberto Lombardi. Whenever this episode comes out and everything, I'll have links to that so that you go check them out. But those two, I feel, could fill the role. Freddy Krueger, give it their spin, but also kind of that wink to Robert Englund.
Yeah.
But unlike you, I want tales. I want, more Freddy tales. Don't leave me with a sour taste in my mouth with the remake or even Freddy's Dead.
Yeah.
Like, don't leave me like that. I think they could, if Robert, and I'm pretty sure that if they came to Robert with a good script, that, all right, this is the love letter. This is, I'll do it, but this is the end. But if he looked anything like he did on the Goldbergs, I don't want it. Oh. All right, so we about to, oh shoot, we about to skip to Monster Mania. What was your favorite part of that event?
The Monster Mania event?
Yeah.
That was my first con, video recording my first con. So that was a amazing experience to actually to walk around and actually interact with vendors, interacting with you. Because normally when I go to the con, I'm like straight ahead. I'm getting this line, get this autograph, get in and out. I rarely try to not talk to anybody unless somebody's talking to me in line. But this was actually, which I love about doing this YouTube channel, is I'm actually able to engage and communicate with the community.
Right.
That was pretty much the best part. Was this the first time I actually made an effort to engage with the vendors, the actors, the cosplayers, and just the crowd.
Right. And can you tell us which one is the best and which one you would recommend? Which horror convention?
Of all horror conventions?
Yeah.
It's a tough one. Okay. I'm going to go with, it's a tie between Horror Hounds and Day of the Dead.
Horror Hounds and Day of the Dead. Where are those?
So, Horror Hound, they're in Cincinnati and Indianapolis every year. And Day of the Dead, they have like 5. I think they're the #1 horror convention. They have, so they're Atlanta, Chicago, Indianapolis, Vegas.
Damn.
And somewhere else.
I bet the Vegas one's big.
Yeah, they are like the top of the line when it comes to their #1 horror.
Day of the Dead.
Day of the Dead. I'm going to the one in Indianapolis in June, actually. Yeah.
Well, now what's some of the big names that they have there?
Which I'm gonna tell you one second.
I've been kind of sticking to the East Coast, but go ahead.
Of course, the cast from Terrifiers.
I'm not laughing at you guys, but y'all everywhere, boy.
We were actually joking about that before we started recording. So the chick from Evil Dead Rise, the mom, she's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Bill Johnson, who is the only Leatherface I still haven't met, got an autograph. He's gonna be there. Derek Mayers, who's the newer Michael Myers, Daniel Harris, Jason Patrick, Lost Boys.
Mm-hmm.
He has a whole bunch of Terrified people. Kane Hodder, versus Kane Hodder is on the same page as the Terrified crew. He's at every convention as well. But this is one that I haven't been to. So I like to every year toss a couple new different horror conventions, and yeah, during video, people can see, oh, like I said, you never heard of Day of the Dead, and there's a lot of people in the West Coast and Midwest never heard of Monster Mania. You know, Monster Mania is definitely an East Coast. Yeah, that's why I was talking video. I was like, Monster Mania is definitely in the top 5, but they're like number 4, number 5 biggest, because you know, Day of the Dead, they do it better than anybody else, in my opinion.
Damn, see, I'm gonna have to venture off the East Coast, but like, you know, like Oaks and Cherry Hill, New Jersey. I mean, really, Hunt Valley, Maryland, they're kind of in driving distance. You know, if I want to drive 6 hours, I can get to any one of them. But
have you been to that raggedy ass one? I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that about that. Have you been to like the newer one in Maryland? It was their first year last year, and they got one coming up in Pikesville, Maryland this year. They're called the Maryland Horror and Pop Convention.
No, I haven't. I'm gonna have to look that up.
I think that's in June or July or something like that. But
now, what is it called again?
It's called the Maryland Horror and Pop Convention, and they're the same group that does Tidewater Horror Convention in Norfolk every year, Norfolk, Virginia.
I think I did hear about that one. Just about to get on their website and check them out real quick.
And there's nothing on there, man. I went last year, man. It was their first year. I went last year, and like there was like 4 people I wanted to see. By the time I got there, it was like 2 people. It was Michael Hargrove, who played Candyman in the last Candyman, but wasn't Candyman.
Right. Yep.
And the guy who played Space Ghost, Coast to Coast. And I was on the autographs I could get because everybody else just canceled. And I was like, damn, I just spent $30 again in this damn thing, and there's only 2 people that I even want.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. There's only 2 people. Well, yeah. There's only 2 people on this list that I would want: CJ Graham and Miko Hughes.
Yeah, and those are the 2 I want because I'm a huge Funko Pop collector, and I definitely need CJ Graham's, and I have a Pet Cemetery Funko Pop that I'm gonna get Miko to sign.
I think you probably hate my Funko Pop.
Well,
Hold up.
All right. Oh shit.
I got Prescott Funko Pop.
Go Birds, man. Go Birds. Eagles all the way.
Yeah, my brother-in-law's an Eagles fan too. And my nephew, like, yeah, it's Civil War when the Eagles play. All right, okay, where we at? If you could go to only one horror convention. Yeah, did we answer that? If you could only go to one horror convention, whether Monster Mania, Steel City, New Jersey Horror Con, or anyone that you've been to, which one would it be?
Steel City.
Steel City.
Steel City is amazing.
You know, I actually recently checked out Steel City, and they got Mike Tyson coming.
Yes, they do. Steel City does not play when it comes to guests. Steel City, now you're going to be standing in fucking lines the whole entire time.
Right.
Steel City does not play. Steel City, they do what, two a year? Every schedule, it is packed. Like, when it comes to Monster Mania, there might be, their schedule might be packed, but it's like 30% of them are like irrelevant, you know?
Right.
Not Steel City. They don't play. it's like 80% 80 to 90% of the people there, you want their autograph. You want to meet them.
Oh yeah. I seen one of your videos, and it was talking about, you know, a few guests that are there that just don't have nobody and never have anybody in their line. I started chuckling, and the only person that I could think of was Big Daddy from what was it?
I forgot to put him on the list from Land of the Dead. Listen, after I recorded that video, I was like, damn, I forgot to put Eugene Clark. I forgot to put his ass on there. His big black ass had no one in his line. Every single time I go, I don't even know why he comes. That's why I was being sincere. I was like, do they get paid like a stipend or a check to come, or are they relying solely off of autographs? Because if he's relying solely off of pictures and autographs, he ain't making no damn money.
None. I was feeling bad for him one time because, I mean, we went to Concord, North Carolina to go to the Mad Monster party.
Okay.
And he was there. And the whole time he was there, I think I saw him take probably 2 pictures. I'm serious.
They said, but Steve Knapp, he's that guy who sits right next to Kane Hodder every convention. Mm-hmm. And he just looks crazy. Like, no one is, like, I don't know who he is. Yo, I don't even know who that man is. But like I said in my video, I got 2 of his autographs, and I got a children's book that he wrote because I felt sorry for him.
Yeah, I fucking chuckled when I was listening to that. Like, man, there are some of those that you just, damn.
And the name of the video was like 5 vendors and staff that I can't stand at Horror Convention. But I had to put that on there because those people guilt you into like getting an autograph because you feel bad for them. You really do. I remember at Monster Day in Hunt Valley when the It remake came out. The little boy in the yellow raincoat, he was there.
Yep, Georgie, yeah.
No one was in his fucking line. Like, this kid was like 6 or 7 years old, no parents around, just looking crazy. And I was like, I don't want to get a picture with this little boy because people are like, who the hell is this picture of a little boy? So I just got his autograph, but I feel bad for these people. And like, they should not be there because they make me feel bad.
Yeah, we were down there with Georgie too.
Yeah.
I saw him from a distance. I was like, oh, cool, Georgie.
There was nobody in his fucking line. What was there?
None. Nobody.
Right up.
And the funny thing is, I remember, it was Hunt Valley. We went, and you know, the guy who plays Short Round in Indiana Jones, he was there. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think I want a picture with him. You know, he's not Short Round. You know, he's not the little kid from the Goonies anymore. I don't really want a picture. Should have got a picture with him because he won an Oscar this year.
Yeah.
I was like, damn it. And I don't think he'll be coming to any more cons.
Probably not. Almost like Brandon Fraser. We're not going to see him anytime soon.
Oh no. Ever since, what was it, The Whale?
Yeah.
I still need to see that movie because the preview got me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh man, I remember him in The Mummy. Now he doing tearjerkers.
He was supposed to be at Monster Mania, and as soon as he heard he was getting nominated, he was like, cancel.
Are we beneath you now?
Mm-hmm. Isn't it sad though when you see like a prominent actor or actress and you see them at Monster Mania or a horror convention, like, and they just had this look on their face like, I don't belong here.
Oh no, I haven't. And did I ask you that question?
No.
Oh God, I'm skipping one of the questions I wanted to hear.
Because Jessica A. Fox was at a Monster Mania. What year was this? What year? She was at Hunt Valley. I can't think what year this was.
Damn,
I think 17 or 18. And you can tell that, you know, at this point her career has dried up.
Yeah.
No one, you know, she's not in her 20s or 30s anymore, you know?
Right.
And she's at a horror convention, and like, you can tell that she had this look. Listen, she could have been a lovely, nice person. I didn't get to meet her, but she's had this look where like, damn, what happened that I'm here? You know what I mean? Like, she just had this revelation. Like, I was in Soul Food, I was in Booty Call, I was in Independence Day. Now I'm in fucking Hunt Valley at a horror convention, and between fucking Dean Cain and the black chick with the glasses on from Nightmare on Elm Street. What was it? 4?
Toy Newkirk. Yeah.
She was looking like, damn, I was nominated for an Oscar at one point. And I'm sitting next to
Superman and Sheila.
Exactly.
Oh God. So have there been any celebrities that you've like gone to and been like, oh God, really?
Who was like an asshole?
Yeah.
Bruce Campbell.
Oh, really?
Bruce Campbell's an ass. Bruce Campbell is a straight asshole. Bruce Campbell is there for the money. He doesn't. Don't mistake in it. Bruce Campbell will let you know he's there for the fucking money. And if you get him, if he's drunk, Bruce Campbell is there for the money. He's money. Snap a picture. Say a quick line. Get the fuck out.
Oh, like, he's all about it.
Straight for the money. And Brock Lesnar. I don't know if you watch wrestling or UFC. Brock Lesnar's a fucking asshole too.
Oh, really? Man. I mean, I guess I kind of see that. I hate to say it.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar.
But Bruce Campbell, that surprises me.
Listen, it surprised me, and I'm still a Bruce Campbell fan. And I went to the Bruce Rama. He had a trivia thing in Rockville, Maryland, a couple weeks ago. I still love Bruce Campbell. Listen, I don't watch people dead, this and that, but to know, yeah, Bruce Campbell is there for. Bruce Campbell don't give two shits about the fans. He's there to get his money and leave. Like,
I would hear stories like, you told me the story of you being at the bar with Robert England, getting the selfie and everything. I always wanted that to happen. Mm-hmm. And that's why I started reserving rooms to, maybe I'll bump into somebody.
Yeah. And
this past time at Hunt Valley, Maryland, we checked in on Thursday night, before the con, and and left Monday morning. But Thursday we checked in and we were rounding the corner. You see the bar on the left, and I was like, I wonder if Kane Hodder's in there. And so, I glanced, look over, and sure as shit, he's at the bar. I was like, all right, cool. And go up to the room, put our stuff away. We're gonna come back to the bar. My wife was like, all right. So we do that, and we sit down, and I think I leave one bar stool in between us. I ain't trying to be all up on this, man.
Yeah.
And just sitting there, and I look over. I knew he was there, but I ain't gonna just run up to him. Oh, it's Kane Hodder. Nah, that irks the shit out of me. But I'm sitting there, and then I look over, and I'm, hey, how's it going, Mr. Hodder? And we shoot the shit. For like 15 minutes, I go out to have a cigarette. He's in there shooting the shit with my wife. And we come back, and there's a shot lined up in front of my chair, and my wife like, Kane Hodder wants to know if you'll take a shot with him. And he was like, yeah, she told me you don't drink. It's like, you're Kane Hodder, of course I'm gonna take this shot. It got to the point we talking about, Kane asked me, he's like, you wanna go beat somebody up? It's like, no. He's like, you ain't trying to go to jail tonight, are you? Like, no. But it was all fun and everything. And like for that whole Thursday, we just sat and chilled at the bar, got a video of us taking shots, and I told him, I was like, I'm cosplaying for the first time. Last time we met in 2016, you told me I should be Jason Voorhees for Halloween one year, so I'm taking your advice and I'm cosplaying. He was like, all right, which one are you cosplaying as? And I showed him the picture of my Jason Takes Manhattan suit, and he was like, holy shit, did you make this? And I'm like, well, the outer layer my boy Jonah made, but the inside, the rotting flesh, I made. And he asked me what I made it from. Epoxy. No, it was caulking from Home Depot. But he was like, are you getting the photo op done? And I was like, yeah, me and my wife are getting the photo op. I want her in the middle, doing, shocked face or holding us away from each other. And he was like, yeah, that's a good idea. We can get that photo op, but can I get one with just me and you and it be on the house? I was like, shit, of course.
I saw that one. I don't know if I saw it on your Facebook or something. No, TikTok.
Yeah.
I think. But yeah, that's a cool ass picture. So that was actually Kane Hodder?
Yeah.
Oh, that was badass.
Yeah, Kane Hodder was in the Jason X suit and I was in the 8.
Okay.
He was like, he wanted to get a picture of us, you know, doing a little face off. And when we were in the photo op, I was giving him like a 1.5 feet on the face off. He was like, no, I want you in my face. It's like, oh, okay. Got in his face and took the picture. But I think we went to his line 3 times. And like when I come to the cons, kind of like you, but for Splatter Talk Cinema, I go and get duplicates of things signed so that we can have giveaways and stuff like that on the channel. And first time I got one of our subscribers something autographed. Then the second time we go to his line, he looks and we're like, we had to be like 20 people back. And he says, hey, come here. So we go up and he says, you guys don't stand in my line. He's like, anytime you come to my line, you come right here. And then he looked at the worker and was like, hey, when you see these 2 in my line, they come right here. They don't wait.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't get VIP that time, but it really felt Kane Hodder and then made me really feel like VIP that time.
It's amazing, man.
Yeah, it was.
Kane twice, nice guy. Nice.
Yeah, he was super nice. And I mean, him and his agent, we exchanged, you know, TikTok information and everything, and messaged her. I let her know, like, Oaks, Pennsylvania, it's not at a resort, it's at a convention center, and you might want to book at the Hilton because the Hampton don't got a bar. She was like, thanks for the heads up. It's good to be at a different location because, you know, Hunt Valley is just.
It is cramped, man.
Yeah, super cramped.
So New Jersey's next. Are you gonna be at the one in New Jersey?
I'm not, because I seen how the internet blew up whenever Kiefer Sutherland announced that he was coming, and I'm like, oh god, it is going to be a madhouse down there. Even though I would love to get that Young Guns, him and Lou Diamond Phillips picture.
Yeah,
that's something I would love to get, but
I'll be standing in that fucking line, man. Because I gotta listen. I love 24, man. I love 24. I love the Lost Boys as well. So yeah, I got to. Jeez, I'm probably gonna have to take a Sunday, just be there all day in that damn line.
Yeah, and that's the best time. That is the best time if you want to get those, you know, those big list people. Because what was it, Friday and Saturday, David Arquette's line was just wrapped.
Friday, I when I walked up, just in the beginning of my video, I was like, who the fuck line is this, right? And it's like David Arquette. I was thinking, wait, is Freddy Krueger or Bruce Campbell here? And like someone said, I said David Arquette. So honestly, David Arquette is here. I'm like, is David Arquette that popular?
Yeah, people like David Arquette, and I mean,
I don't have no problem with David Arquette, but I didn't know he was that big where he got Robert Englund and Bruce Campbell lines, you know?
Yeah, I mean, he is a huge wrestling fan, and I think that Ready to Rumble movie, he crossed, so he gets his Scream fans and his wrestling fans. But I think honestly, there's like a set few of people that I actually start to shake and become an actual fan for. Mm-hmm. And the funny thing was, you know, Robert Englund wasn't that, even though he's my favorite slasher and franchise. It was Kane Hodder. And the first time I met Kane Hodder, I was kind of trembling. But when I met David Arquette, I was shaking. I don't know why. I mean, I really appreciated Dewey. I really like Dewey in Scream.
Yeah.
I think fucking Gail Weathers should have died and not him.
I agree.
And it was funny because when we were in there getting that autograph, I asked him, I was curious, I was like, Mr. Arquette, can I ask you a question? He was like, sure. So was it your idea to kill off your legacy character because you were you were just done with the series, or was it their idea? It's like, shit, it was their idea. he was like, I was campaigning for me not to die. And I was like, well, honestly, I would have preferred Gail. He was like, me too, but you know, she's my ex-wife. I can't go on set and be like, hey, kill my ex-wife. But he was a real good dude, real down to earth dude.
That's good.
So if you could name, like, you got to give me your bad and good. Three bad celebrities. Well, I won't say bad. I'll just say that were like, damn, I'm not even gonna waste my time if he's gonna act like that. And 3 that were just exceeded expectation.
All right, so the 3 bad ones, I would say D. Wallace.
D. Wallace.
Yeah. D. Wallace.
D. Wallace, is that
From Cujo and E.T. and
yes.
Just Rude. I met her at the Atlantic City Film Festival convention, horror convention. Not only was she rude, but her handler was rude. It's you said 3. Alex Winter from Bill and Ted, also from Lost Boys.
Oh, really?
And whatever what's that, 2021? By the way, I'm a huge Bill and Ted fan. Like, as a kid, my younger sister and I, we used to watch that movie and Bogus Journey, like, over and over and over again. And when they came out with the Bill and Ted 3 during COVID, I made sure to see that at drive-in movies. Like, I'm a big Bill and Ted fan. So to meet Alex Winter, because I'm never going to meet Keanu Reeves, you know, at Eagles Convention, was like amazing. And then it was during COVID, and I was like, I didn't even want his autograph. I just wanted a picture with Bill, you know?
Yeah.
And he would not take his fucking mask off.
And that, you said that was that like at the height of COVID, or
2021-ish?
So in the middle, like,
yeah. But there was a lot of people, like, even like, it was whatever year Richard Dreyfuss was there in Hunt Valley. I mean 2021.
Yeah, it was 2021.
Yeah, so Richard Dreyfuss, older guy, he even slid down his mask for a quick picture and put the bad boy back up, right?
Mm-hmm.
This guy would refuse to take his mask off. It just irked me, like, and like, I still got a picture with him, but like, that could be a picture with me and anybody, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
With curly hair, you know. So like,
yeah, that's funny because Alex Winter, he was at the Mad Monster party that we went to, but this is 2022 in February, so it was kind of, you know, it's not over, but it is type thing.
Yeah.
But okay, your third one,
Kevin Nash.
He kind of seems it.
Yeah. Kevin Nash is, what's your name? Just no personality, just monotone. So it seems like he's irked. Keep it moving. I mean, at least Bruce Campbell cracks a joke before he ushers you away with the quickness, you know.
Right. I mean, and I kind of get that, you know, because at the cons they got to be this well-oiled machine, you know. Sign, shake hand, picture, go. Especially
if you're the headliner, like. I met the main 2 characters from Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and they didn't want me to leave their table because they just were talking my head off. I'm like, listen, I don't get over here. So I get smaller, they don't mind talking, but the headliners, I kind of get it. It's move. But like, I met headliners, I met Danny Trejo at a convention, at the same convention I met Bruce Campbell in Austin, Texas, and he had a line. Like, he talked to you. He at least pretended that he was interested to be there.
Right.
I get it. Like, I said it in one of my videos. I'm not one of the people who is going to talk to her. I hate people who talk to the celebrity for 20 minutes. Yeah. And if you see the big long ass line, I'm like, hi there. Pleasure to meet you. I loved you and blah, blah, blah. Yep, sign right there. Picture. And I'm gone.
Right.
But like, so like, when I'm that kind of person and you sense that I'm that kind of person and you're still kind of asshole-ish rushing, like, it's like, okay, not cool, you know. Right. But when people would surprise me, and you and I actually debated about Ric Flair. Ric Flair was amazing. I fucking love Ric Flair.
Good. I mean, that is just that one incident that we have, and I need to stop holding a fucking grudge. but it was just that time. I mean, like, he may be a really good person, but you know, like, at the end of the day, I have to realize, like, I ain't at this con for my health. I'm here to get money.
Exactly.
You know, so yeah, that's just dumbass me. But okay, the 3 that you were delighted by that exceeded expectation.
Ric Flair was one of them. Chris Sarandon.
Fright Night.
Nice guy, amazing guy. He had the same kind of rule that during COVID that Alex Winter, but he would take his mask off if you stood like 2 feet in front of him. So it was, it was pretty cool. But nice guy, Chris Sarandon, amazing. Third one. So I don't want to steal yours, Kane Hodder. Kane Hodder was. So I'm trying to think somebody. Tony Todd.
I'd love to meet Tony Todd.
Tony Todd is a nice guy.
Now, where'd you meet Tony Todd?
I know it was a Monster Mania, but I don't know if it was which one it was. I don't know if it was Oaks or Cherry Hill. But I met him at one of them. My buddy Steve and I, who I used to go to horror conventions with all the time, we went and we got a picture together with him. I'm a Yankees fan, so I was wearing a Yankees hat, and he was watching the game on his phone, and I was like, who's winning? It was a nice little transaction. But I mean, Tony Todd, nice guy, definitely.
Wanted to meet Tony Todd. We got a cameo with him, and he, shouted out Splatter Talk Cinema and everything.
Nice.
But story behind that, and I know he's a nice guy because with Cameo, you pay people to do little messages, but they have a time limit. Mm-hmm. And if you pay for 24 hours, they have 24 hours to do your video and get it to Cameo or whatever. His went over, I think, 26 hours. And instead of when it goes over, you have to reapply. Mm-hmm. He sent the video and he was like, this one's on the house.
Wow.
He was like, I hate deadlines, and I'm unfortunately didn't make yours, but this one's on the house.
Wow. Classic, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's doing cons anymore. I haven't seen him.
He said something along the lines, he was doing stage theater in Los Angeles, so because he invited us to one of his shows. I can't remember. I think it was called The Last Breath. Yeah. And, he was like, if you're ever in Los Angeles, come to the show.
Okay.
It's like, I wish I could go to Los Angeles like that. But all right, we about to switch gears for the last couple questions. Because I've been drilling you, but it's been very good to get to know you and the Splatterheads getting to know you.
It's been fun, man. It's been fun.
All right. You got Burger Wednesday on your channel.
Yes, Burger Wednesday. Huge burger fan.
Are you considering adding more days and food to your review?
Right now, I'm probably just going to keep it at Burger Wednesday because I'm traveling the country, going to different horror conventions, and you can always find wherever city you're in. I try to look for who has the best burger spot. So,
yeah,
it just makes it fun. It definitely is.
I love my burgers.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna be looking like, if I'm at south of the border, this is the type of burger I'm gonna get.
Yes. Yes.
Speaking of south of the border, you've been there and Dillon, South Carolina. How far south have you been to taste burgers?
I've been all the way down to Florida. I haven't did a video, but I've been all across the country. I've been to pretty much every state.
Damn.
I have like 5 or 6 states left. So.
Yeah, that's a bucket list of mine. I mean, if I can't hit every state, at least I was telling my wife I wanted to travel Route 66, but she was like, I don't know. There's some stuff that happens on Route 66. Like what stuff? I just want to see where Cars was inspired by.
I'm as big of a sports fan as I am a horror fan. Mm-hmm. So I've been to every Major League Baseball stadium except for 2. It's just a bucket list, and I'm like 75% through NFL stadiums. I'm like halfway through NBA. So like I travel a lot. Ever since COVID, I haven't traveled as much, but I mean, globetrotter.
Oh man. Now, have you ever been to Dallas Fort Worth?
I sure have. I've been to the new stadium. I went. It was actually the same year. It was my birthday week, and Monster Mania Hunt Value used to fall on my birthday weekend every year. It was the last Friday, Saturday in September.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in. So for my birthday week, I went to Texas, and I started off in Austin. Then I went down to see the Cowboys play. Then I shot over to Houston and seen the Astros play. So, and I shot back and I went to Monster Mania. So it was a good week.
Yeah, shit. And was the Eagles playing the Cowboys at that time?
No. It was a Monday Night Football game. It was the Cowboys versus the Browns, and the Browns' backup quarterback was playing. I don't know who the hell it was, but
see, now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a true sports connoisseur because he is a Philadelphia Eagles fan, but will go to Jerry World at AT&T Stadium and watch a game that doesn't involve the Eagles.
And if they were playing the Eagles, I would not wear Eagles gear. I just have respect for other team stadiums that I will not wear whoever's on their field playing. Like, I would not go to Fenway wearing Yankees gear. Number one, I don't want to get murdered, but still, you know.
Yeah, I was talking to my brother-in-law wanting to go to, the Cowboys-Eagles game when they're in Philly.
Do not wear anything at the Cowboys. You're going to get harassed like you've never been harassed the whole entire game. Ruthless.
And my truck, I'm getting the star on the back, and I'm like, damn it, do I want to even drive my truck down there and have it tipped over because there's a star on the back?
I went to Phillies game, but I said I'm a Yankees fan. This is the year the Yankees, what was it, 2009? The Yankees beat the Philadelphia Phillies in the World Series. And I went to the Phillies stadium, and the cop standing in front was like, I had my Yankees hat on, and he said, if you wear that in here, I'm not going to be responsible for anything that happens to you. And he was dead serious. Because he was like, you're going to be asked for it. You're starting shit. Like, do not come into a Philly wearing another team because you are, whatever comes about, you ask for it. And that's like, whoa. I was like, okay, I'm taking this bad boy off.
Yeah. I mean, I've only been to one NFL game, and it was the Cowboys versus the New York Giants. And we went to New Jersey to see them. And, I wore my Cowboys gear, but, when I had people around me, like, because we were down first quarter, almost in the half, we were down, and everybody's like, oh, what about your team now? I'm just like, I'm just here to watch the game, man. Like, I ain't gonna die over no team, and nah.
Me too. I'm saying the Eagles fans especially are just on a whole nother level of assholeness. I mean, they're assholes. Absolute Philadelphia fans are, and I'm an Eagles fan. Complete assholes.
Bro, I saw this one video on YouTube, and it got national notoriety because of how cruel it was. There's a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and he had on a Philadelphia Eagles hoodie, and he was sitting there. He was like, "Hey, Dak, my mom got me this hoodie. How's it feel to have a mom?" Dak's mom died of cancer.
Oh, fuck.
I said, you gotta be kidding me, dude. Like, that's heartless. I have never heard a fan, like you said, Eagles fan base is ride or die, and oh my God.
Now, the Cleveland Brown fans are almost as bad, but not as bad. Cleveland Browns fans are ruthless too. And they hate the Ravens. They hate the Baltimore. So I live in Baltimore. They fucking hate the Baltimore Ravens. Like, it was in the news. Art Modell, who was the former owner of the Cleveland Browns, he moved them to the Baltimore overnight. Didn't tell anybody. So he died, and there was a video of a fan pissing on his grave in one of the cemeteries in Baltimore. Like, that is a big thing that people do from Cleveland. They come to Baltimore and literally piss on Art Modell's grave.
Oh my God.
They fucking hate the Ravens. Like, everybody in Baltimore is like, oh, the Steelers are a rival. Oh, the Steelers fans say that. No, the Cleveland Browns fan hate the Ravens fans. Hate with passion. I've been I went to Ravens versus Cleveland game in Cleveland, and I'm telling you, they hate the Ravens. Almost as bad as the Eagles fan hate the Cowboys.
And I got so many friends that are Eagles fans and everything, and I'm like, now I kind of understand what Stephen A means whenever he says, I like the Cowboys, but it's their fans that drive me crazy. I'm like, every especially this last year, because the Eagles did so well. Every day I'm getting, every week I'm getting on Facebook, and it's not, woo, Eagles 2-0, woo, the Eagles 3-0. No. It was, fuck them Cowboys. Like, yo, you just won the game. Can you talk about that? Nah, fuck them Cowboys.
Oh, we hate the fucking Cowboys. But the Cowboys fans hate the Eagles. Like, the Redskins and Giants are not even in our division. I don't look at it. It's Eagles and Cowboys.
Yeah. I mean, the Giants, they spark every now and then, and Redskins are obsolete. But last year, I was like, I gotta give credit where credit's due. I think it wasn't last year, but the year before. And I'm like, Jalen Hurts is gonna be a problem. You give him a weapon, and he's going to be a problem. The next year, they're in the Super Bowl. So he's gonna be one of them quarterbacks that stays.
No one saw the Eagles win the Super Bowl, including me as an Eagles fan. Nobody saw that happen. Eagles came out of nowhere.
Yeah, they did. Upset Tom Brady. Yeah. Yep.
And I remember hearing Cowboys fans, well, not even Cowboy fans, just fans in general saying, well, wait until they play a good team. Wait until they play a good team. They kept saying that, but wait until they get to the playoffs and play the 49ers. And we whooped the 49ers hands. Like, nobody thought they were going to, they thought it was a fluke season. They were not going to make it through a good team in playoffs. And they were definitely not going to make the Super Bowl.
Nah. If you watch football and you just watch Jalen Hurts, I mean, this man is like a silent assassin. You ain't seeing him all up in the media talking all that talk. He's silent. And then he gets on the field and it's over.
And that defense was dangerous last year.
Stifling. Who was it? Was it Bradbury that ended the Super Bowl with that bogus call? With the pass interference? I can't remember.
I don't know if it was Bradbury. It might have been Bradbury. Was Bradbury or Slay?
Yeah, see, that's what I'm wondering. I can't think if it's either one of them, but I'm like,
that was a dark time for me, so I blocked that out.
I feel you.
Should have won that game.
Oh my God, I was just like, if my team doesn't go, I try to go for the NFC East team, and this year I was like, I can't do it. Because the whole year y'all just been killing my Cowboys.
Yeah.
Like, fuck them Cowboys. I can't go for you now.
What's going on with Dak though? What's going on with Dak? I mean, you guys are stuck with him.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're talking about reconstructing this contract. I honestly feel that a lot of pressure was put on Dak as far as like, you had an offensive coordinator that was looking for a head coach position. So in those talks, you were going to have an offensive coordinator that's going to be pushing you to the limit, that's going to be trying to get stat pad so his resume looks good. Dak ain't. If he throws over 30 passes, it's going to start being interceptions.
And that's what it was. It was constant.
Yeah, 15 interceptions, and he missed, 5 games.
Yeah.
So I think, and everybody's like, oh, what was McCarthy thinking for getting rid of Kellen Moore? I'm like, because this is his prove it year. Like, okay, we got rid of the offensive coordinator. The play calling's on you. Why did we go 9-8? Or why did we go 7-10 or whatever? So I think it's his prove it year, and I think it's Dak's prove it year as well. Like, if you do not get us past the first round, we're gonna draft a quarterback.
If they don't get you in the playoffs, draft a quarterback.
I think we have, like, from the drafts that we got, and I think the last person that we drafted, it was Deuce Vaughn. He's a running back. He's only 5'5", but that boy, whew, he can run. And I think the cool story about that was the fact that Deuce's dad is a scout for the Cowboys, and he refused to scout his son. Like, he wouldn't go and recommend his name. He didn't go to any, scouting combines or whatever to see him. And then Jerry Jones made the selection to select him in the draft, and had his dad call him. So, he called him. He's like, hey son, I forgot my phone, but you want to come to work with me next week? It's like, I wouldn't mind that at all. So that's how he got the draft call. I thought that was pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, I got one more question for you. I done kept you on here for a good minute.
You're good, man. You're good.
All right, if you had to pick one niche on YouTube, what would it be? Traveling the world, having,
Traveling the world.
Traveling the world.
100%. So I've been to a lot of places. I'm talking about abroad. Been to Amsterdam, Uganda, Kenya, all over the place. And I would have loved to get paid to do that and just show food. Like, there's this guy, I don't know, this white guy with a red bandana. I love watching him on YouTube. He goes to all across the world and he tries out their cuisine, whatever their top restaurant is. I would love to do that. Love to do that.
My taste buds, my palate ain't that broad, so I know I would fizzle out real quick. All right, man. Travis Bruce, I truly thank you for joining us on Dem Splatter Talk, boys.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Anytime you're available, we'd love to have you again. And we would love to have you on an actual commentary to a movie.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. So we're going to set that up, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys stay tuned and subscribe to Splatter Talk Cinema, you will be able to see that commentary with Travis Bruce in it. You can also reach Travis Bruce at The Horror Realm on YouTube as well as TikTok. Do you have any other handles that they can catch you out at?
No, that's good. Now on YouTube, it's Travis Bruce at Horror Realm. You're gonna see a little guy with a hockey mask on and a chainsaw. That's me.
All right, so Splatterheads, go ahead, hop over to the Horror Realm, subscribe to the channel, watch some content, give them a like, and let them know Splatter Talk sent you. Y'all know it's been your boy Jay, Splatter Talk Cinema. I'll get with y'all next weekend.
Would you lead me to